North Carolina Law TV. Today we're going to talk about Social Security disability. What is it and who is eligible? My guest is David Daggett, managing partner of Daggett, Shuler Law, and he's going to help us with this important topic. So David, thanks for being here today.
Thanks for having me, Cindy.
Well, David, what is Social Security disability? I know some people think of it as a government handout.
Yeah, you know, that's a common misconception. Social Security is not a government handout. Social Security is an insurance program, a disability insurance program run by the federal government. When you get your paycheck, over on the side you see the various deductions. The FICA deduction, that's a Social Security tax. So it's just like paying an insurance premium for disability. And that's an important thing, both because there's a perception in society that people on Social Security are getting welfare. It's not welfare. There's also the apprehension of somebody who's disabled because they don't want to be taking advantage of the system. Most people are good, hardworking people. They don't want to take advantage of the system. Well, you've paid into that. You've paid your insurance premiums. It's just like if you have a life insurance policy and somebody dies, you present that to the life insurance company and you hope they're going to pay.
Right.
I mean, they should.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, this is a disability insurance policy, but it's through the federal government. So if you meet the criteria of being disabled, which means you can't earn an income, you can't provide for your family, you owe it to yourself and your family to apply for those Social Security disability benefits that you've been paying into all of these years.
I'm glad you cleared that up. Now, who is eligible for Social Security disability?
Well, what you have to show generally, and in the law, you know, the law is this big, so,
Right.
so there's all sorts of rules and exceptions and that sort of thing. But generally, you have to be disabled from any gainful employment for a period of 12 months or longer, or substantially document that you're gonna be disabled for 12 months or longer. You have to be under 65 years old because there's a conversion to Social Security retirement
Right.
at that age. But anybody disabled from gainful employment who has an employment history and paid into the system, they're entitled to Social Security disability. Now, distinguish that with SSI claims, supplemental income claims. That is a poor person's, that's a welfare program. That's much different than Social Security disability.
Okay.
That's a disability program for poor people who have not paid into the system.
Mm-hmm.
But Social Security disability is an insurance policy that you've paid into, I've paid into, all the camera guys have paid into. They've paid disability premiums into the system.
Okay, now how often are people denied? Are they denied?
Oh, yeah, initial application, the latest statistics in North Carolina, and the denials are going up, was over 72% of the time.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a very, very difficult system, and you're going to get me on my high horse here in a second. but what's happened is, you know, our politics are a little out of control right now.
That's for sure.
Well, the politicians like to kick in areas where you can't fight back. There's a lot of politicians kicking the Social Security system. They're presenting it in a way that people are getting handouts, and it's made it much more difficult for people who are truly disabled to get those benefits that they really deserve. And
Right.
doggone it, it's not fair.
No, it's not fair.
It's not fair.
It's not fair at all.
And so, you know, we see politicians on TV pointing fingers at these people that they're taking welfare and they're taking handouts. No, they're not.
Right.
These are good, decent, hardworking people who've paid into the system for years,
Right.
and they're entitled to disability benefits if they're
Absolutely.
disabled.
Absolutely, I completely agree with that. Okay, so David, does it help to hire a lawyer? And if so, what are the difference in percentages when you hire a lawyer?
Well, absolutely. The good thing about Social Security disability is it's on a contingency fee basis, which means you don't pay the lawyer unless you win. Remember, 72% plus the people have already been denied. So you only pay the lawyer if you win, and the fees are capped. It's right at $6,000, just slightly over that. So no matter how much your back disability is, there's a cap on the fees. Hiring a lawyer in a Social Security case is really a good deal. And an experienced lawyer can really, really help, from helping you with the application process to make it more likely that you actually win. If you do that and you get paid quickly, the fee may be very low or almost nothing at that point, because you're only paid out of the back benefits. And if there's not a whole lot of back benefits, there's not a whole lot of attorney's fee.
Right.
And that's a little inside secret.
Yeah, right.
But if you get a lawyer to help you right away, it doesn't cost very much, and it may get your benefits started a whole lot faster, all the way through the hearing stage. Now, the thing I tell people is the same politicians that have pointed the finger at disability people, they've also tightened up the disability hearing system. So the hearing, which is actually a trial, it's like a trial in a Social Security case, it takes a long time to get there. It's a very bureaucratic system. I know it's frustrating for disabled people. It's frustrating for us too. However, competent legal help can usher you through that better than you can do it on your own, and a much higher probability of winning at the end.
Yeah. Well, how long does this process typically take?
It's not unusual for it to take 18 months or longer.
Okay. Okay.
So,
You know, that's really a shame, considering that people really need this. It's a benefit. It's something they paid into all their life, and now they have to wait 18 months.
the worst question I get, I hope I don't cry here on camera, the worst question I get is from a nice, hardworking person who's got a family, and they say, well, what do I do?
Right.
And there's not a good answer.
Yeah.
Family, friends, church, community organizations, do the best you can. We'll try to get this ushered through, but it's a difficult time for people.
Yeah. Well, David, thank you for your time today. How can they reach you if they have questions?
At our website, daggetshulerlaw.com, or 336-724-1234.
Very good. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Until next time, this is Cindy Speaker for North Carolina Law TV.